Last game of the day session between Heritage and CCAA. Is Heritage in those red uniforms to your right, CCAA in the black uniforms to your left, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Eagles.
These ladies have had a long day of playing, and they're still fired up, it sounds like, John.
Yeah.
Very excited on the Eagles side.
So Brooke Beaver with the serve, and a nice play on the near side by Lydia McNeil, the 6-foot junior. We're tied up at 1. This play now up front, set into the middle, and there's a kill for Heritage. That's Tatiana Lyons, who will get the kill that time around. 2-1 the lead for Heritage here, and Lyons back to serve. So the play now up front, set in the middle, and that is in along that back line. And the kill for Johanna Karsner. Back to serve for the Cougars will be Lydia McNeil, and we're all tied up at 2. Serve here, played back to the middle. Good set, that's pushed across. Rivera trying to track it down, and they ran into each other. Looks like everybody is okay. It'll be a 3-2 lead for the Cougars. Serve again by McNeil. Rivera tried to set it near side and bumped across by Gutierrez. Back near side, that's set over, and then hit from that back line from Lyons, and we're all tied up at 3. Serve here. Now played into that back line, and that's hit out of bounds by McNeil. And continuing to serve for Heritage will be Eliana Correa, and a 4-3 lead for the Eagles. And there's an ace that will make it 5-3. And there's another hard serve. Dug out though, and then jumped back across. It's the back line, and we have an illegal hit on Heritage. Make it now 5-4 the lead for the Eagles. Back in for the Cougars is Jessica McLean.
So just to let our viewers know how many teams we have in this tournament, there are actually 3 teams named Heritage. All teams are red, white, and blue, their colors, and all 3 teams are Eagles as their mascot. No relation.
Very confusing.
This Heritage Christian School is from Kissimmee, Florida.
So serve here. Played now to the outside. Pushed across by Hansen. Now up front, there's a block, but what a save on the near side. I believe that might have been Gutierrez, and Heritage ends up getting the point. 7-4 they lead it. Boy, that was a nice sequence on both sides. So Kiara Perez to serve now for the Eagles. And her serve goes out of bounds. That will make it 7-5. And this is Laura Wilson to serve for the Cougars. Played back up front. We have a lift, and that will make it 7-6. And that serve goes into the net for Wilson, making now 8-6. Back to serve for Heritage is Faith Gutierrez, as substitution will come in, as Rachel Watts will replace Gutierrez, and Watts will actually serve. Played up front. That was blocked. Still alive. Blocked again. And now finally set across. Back near side. Dumped over by Beaver. And then the set goes out of bounds. And a 9-6 lead for Heritage. Once again, a serve here for Watts. Played now up front, set to that back line. Put over there by McNeil, back near side, and a nice tip play out front by Brooke Beaver, and that'll make it 10-6. Set to the outside. Put across there by McGregor. Now back in the middle. A little tip across. Sent back over. Now back near side. That is hit out of bounds. And make it a 10-7 Heritage lead. As Eliza Lavin checks in for the Cougars. She is the lone senior on this team. She's it. 1 senior, 2 juniors, 1 sophomore, and everyone else are freshmen or 8th graders. That's pretty impressive with the level of volleyball they're playing here early. 11-7 the lead now for Heritage off the service error. Casimira Charlton with the serve here for Heritage as they try to build on a 4-point advantage. Sent back on the near side. Boy, good dig on that back line by Lavin, and that hit out of bounds. Make it 12-7. Serve here from Kirsten Walker. Now dump back across, and that actually ends up going on a play. And once again, I become the de facto ball boy.
But how cool is it to be right here this close to the action?
That's true.
Really.
I could have played that myself. And put across and down by Jessica McLean for the Cougars. Then we'll make it a 13-8 lead for Heritage. As back into the lineup comes Casimira Charlton. And back to serve for the Cougars is Topanga Dooley. Set in the middle, that's blocked. Now dug back out near side, tipped across and down. Nice play by Beaver, and a 14-8 lead for Heritage. Serve from Beaver is an ace. We'll make it 16-8. And we have a timeout on the floor to the Cougars. 15-8 the lead for Heritage here in set 1. Take a break. Back with more action from the NACA in just a moment. Serve here is played across, now played off the ceiling and bumped just short of the net. And a 15-9 lead for the Eagles. This is Jonesy McGregor to serve for the Cougars. Back row, and wow, that is a cannon shot off that back line by Brooke Beaver. Serve here by Tatiana Lyons, played near side. And a good dig in that back row by Lyons. Now the sent across. And Heritage to play it. Now set to the outside. Hit there by McNeil. Back near side, fisted across. And that finally clears and scores for Laura Wilson. And it's a 16-10 lead for Heritage. Hannah Hansen back in for the Cougars. Serve here is in for an ace. And the score 16-11. And there's another ace. That will make it 16-12. All of a sudden, Heritage having all kinds of problems returning the serve of Lydia McNeil. This played to the outside, blocked up front by Hansen, and it's now 16-13. So back come the Cougars. Back line, that hit out of bounds by Brooke Beaver, and it's 16-14. And timeout to Heritage. Take another break, come back with more from the NACA in a moment. So serve here out of the timeout by Lydia McNeil. Played back to the outside and now dumped across there. Deflected up front, looked like it went off the top of the net and ends up falling in for a 17-14 Heritage lead. Aliana Correa back into the lineup for the Eagles, and Correa to serve. That's set to the outside, and almost missing that was Hansen. Got enough to put it across the net, but that was about it. Back in the middle, set across by Karsner. And that is in along that back line. So another kill makes it now an 18-14 Heritage lead. So once again, stretching out that lead just a little bit. They kind of saw it evaporate somewhat. They were up by about 7 or so. It got back to 2 and now quickly up to a 4-point lead again. And off that back line, there's a hit from Tatiana Lyons. And that'll make it 19-14, and now Correa to serve again. Remember, these are not best-of-3 matches. They're individual sets to 25. It is just pool play at this point. So that serve goes out of bounds. Service error gives it back to the Cougars. As Jessica McLean back in, a 19-15 lead for Heritage. And Johanna Karsner with the serve. Just tipped up front and falls in on the Cougars side of the net, making it 20-15 Heritage. And Kiara Perez will serve. It's played to the far side. They try to come back to the middle, and there's no one there. So now 21-15, the lead for Heritage. It's played up front, now ricocheted across. Set back on the near side, that hit the top of the net. And then dug out in the back row by McNeil, and we have 2 hits on the Cougars. That will make it 22-15 Heritage. And this return out of bounds. The ace will make it 23-15. This return back into the net. So another ace will make it 24-15, and now set points for the Eagles. And another ace. Well, that was not a strong ending for the Cougars to set 1. 25-15, Heritage takes the first set. Take a break, come back with set number 2 in a moment. You're watching the NACA National Championship Tournament. Just underway here in set number 2. And a quick kill for Tatiana Lyons, and that will send Brooke Beaver back to serve. A 1-0 lead for Heritage. Again, this is not a best of 3. This is just 2 individual games that count in pool play. So every game important at this point. That's sent across by Wilson, now outside, and my goodness, was that absolutely crushed by Kiara Perez. Best hit I've seen her have, I think. And there's an ace, and now a 3-0 lead for Heritage. Beaver with the serve, returned up front, and that's hammered again. After that was returned right to the net. Tatiana Lyons with the kill, and it's 4-0. Serve played now to the outside, and that tipped and blocked out of bounds. So it will be the Cougars serve. Hannah Hansen checks in, and Lydia McNeil to serve. This tracked down and now bumped over. Near side, and that kill will fall in for Hansen, and it's a 4-2 lead for Heritage. Serve here now, played into that back row. Boy, again, really nice hit from that back line by Brooke Beaver. She really seems to have that hit down. And there's a kill from the outside again by Perez. And a 5-2 lead for Heritage as Faith Gutierrez checks in for the Eagles. Serve here from Lyons, played back up front, and the ace will make it 6-2. And that serve goes into the net. So the service there will make it 6-3. Heritage with the lead. And Joanna Karsner to serve for CCAA. And the service error gives it back to Heritage. Now a 7-3 lead for the Eagles. And looked like somebody went completely across the line, and they did. That's Jonesy McGregor who stepped all the way across the line. Make it now 8-3. And another ace will make it 9-3. Serve now by Eliana Correa. Let's put across, and we'll see what Heritage does here. To the outside. And another kill for Perez, and that'll make it 10-3. And the serve goes into the net. So again, the service error gives it back to the Cougars, a 10-4 lead for Heritage. Set to the outside now, tipped across. Set there by Wilson to the near side. And again, the hit from the back row falls in for Brooke Beaver, and it's 11-4. Ciara Perez with the serve. Returned up front. And this played back. Now set to the outside. And a kill for Brooke Beaver again. She's dangerous enough from the back row. When she gets to the front row, it's really big trouble. 12-4, the Eagles lead. To the outside. Hansen puts it across. Now tipped across and down by Beaver. And this second game on the verge of getting out of control relatively quickly. And that hits into the nets by McNeil, and now a 14-4 lead for Heritage here in set 2. So here, now played in the middle. Pushed across by McNeil. Up front, that's blocked. Heritage will try it again, and that's into the net. We'll make it 14-5.
We're having a little bit of difficulties with our digital scoreboard. We're going to pull it offline and hopefully bring it back in just a minute.
All righty. So 14-5, the lead here for Heritage in set 2. It's set to the outside. And good dig in that back row by Lavin off the hit from Beaver. Outside, Beaver again will hammer that one in. And it's 15-5.
Great news, the scoreboard is back.
Yay! So a 10-point advantage for Heritage. Rachel Watts checks in to serve here. It's played to the outside. And still working, and now clearing it of the Cougars. That was actually a pretty nice play, and that's in along that back line off the kill by Tatiana Lyons, and it's 16-5. Watts with the serve here. Now played back near side, and that hit into the net by Lyons. (16-6). We come back near side. That's blocked up front. And looks like into the net was Lydia McNeil. That'll make it 17-6. So a couple of substitutions here. Kirsten Walker and Faith Gutierrez check in. He's back near side. Good block up front by Lyons. And they'll set it for Lyons. She took just enough off of it to make sure she got it in the spot that she needed it. And now an 18-6 lead for the Eagles. And track down in that back row up front, just sent across. Sent to the outside, that goes off the top of the net, then ricochets around and falls in. So it's down 19-6. That's inbounds here on the near side, so I'll make it 19-7. As Jonesy McGregor to serve here. Nice looking serve there. In the middle, Lyons fires and scores again. Makes it 20-7. So Beaver serves, hits the top of the net and rolls down. So now 21-7. And we have a timeout to the Cougars. 21-7 the lead for Heritage. Take a break, come back with the conclusion of set number 2 here in just a moment. Out on the timeout, as Heritage will play it here. Let's set across, and then the kill for Lydia McNeil makes it 21-8. And Hannah Hansen back in for the Cougars. Track down and now set across. The outside, that's deflected up front, but the kill will count for Hannah Hansen. Makes it 21-9. As Kazamara Charlton checks back in. And there's an ace. So now 21-10.
Looks like McNeil is starting to get the hot hand over here.
So we'll play it back near side. That's hit out of bounds. 21-11 and timeout to Heritage.
Quite a rally going. Quite a rally. This one isn't over, folks.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back once again with the conclusion of set 2 here in just a moment. So out of the timeout, serve here from McNeil. Played backwards, but actually a really nice save there by Beaver. Back near side, that was deflected. Left up front, and a good save by Lyons. Back near side, and another kill for Hansen, and it's 21-12.
For a young team, they sure have a...
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They've got a lot to look forward to, no doubt.
McNeil continues.
Well, let's see what can do here. Now McNeil from the back row. That's in.
That's in.
And it's 21-13. Well, they've got a ways to go to get back in this, but they're making progress. It was 21-7 when this whole thing started. 6 straight points, and now 22-13 off the service error. Tatiana Lyons to serve. Sent across. Now set to the outside, and that is just out. Make it 22-14. As Johanna Kersner checks in. Set to the near side, and that's a nice looking kill from Perez. We'll make it 23-14. And Correa checks back in to serve. It's tracked down on the far side, back to the middle. That's hit out of bounds, and we are to set point. 24-14, the lead for Heritage. Correa to serve here. Try to close this out. And that put across, and now Heritage will play it again outside, and that kill will end it. So fittingly by Perez, 25-14 is the win for Heritage as they take 2 straight here in this matchup. Well, that'll wrap things up for the day portion of this schedule. We still have one more match to come your way tonight at 8:30. So come back and join us then. You've been watching the 2016 NACA National Championship Tournament.